everyone. Welcome back. It's the most best movie ever, returning from the depths of space and time. I'm Matt Rodriguez. As always, I have a co-host with. His name is Josh Baldwin. Hello, Josh.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving your Red Rock shirt. I don't know if it's like for the Red Rocks.
It's for the Red Rocks. Yeah.
Okay.
I bought it at Old Navy in St. Pete, so I look like I travel. It's good times.
Nice.
I take vacation through T-shirts I buy at Old Navy. So
I wasn't sure if it was a shirt that was just celebrating all the Red Rocks in the world, like any Red Rock anywhere. This shirt loves you.
Yeah, I have a Red Rock here in St. Pete, and I made a shirt for it. And that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good great. I love it. Well, we all know that we just heard most or all of the Finnish national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
People might be a little confused as to why. So we're going to get into this. Josh, is there a reason why we might play the Finnish national anthem instead of our normal theme song?
Well, it's a fantastic country with fantastic people to begin with.
That's one. Mm-hmm.
We'll say that. And also, I guess we're kind of big in Finland.
Looks like we're big in Finland.
Yeah.
And when I say big, on the iTunes charts, I think we're like 132. Okay.
So we're ranked.
Yeah, we're ranked. We're ranked, period.
Yes.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it. I mean, obviously I know we're great, but like I don't know
fantastic
if we're using a kind of humor that's big in Finland.
I'm down with it. I will go on tour all year, every year to Finland.
Seriously, I kind of, it's funny, before we ended up being big there.
Yeah.
I feel so dumb saying that. Before we ended up being there, I always appreciated Finland because ethnically it's not like it's next to all the Viking countries, but they're not ethnically Scandinavian.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always loved that kind of thing. I love like characters in video games that aren't the main characters, but they're still cool and they still hold their own. Like Luigi. Mm-hmm. Luigi, like fuck Mario, Luigi's the man.
Yeah.
He's not the main character unless you're playing Luigi's Mansion, but he is the man. He can hold his own. And like Finland's like, they're not, the Scandinavians. They're not the Swedes, Danes, Norwegians.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's another one. They're different, but still good.
Yes.
So this is a shout out to Finland. We love you. And maybe one day we will step on your shores.
Maybe.
Beautiful shores.
Gentlemen?
Yes.
I shouldn't talk before I'm introduced, but
please.
I wanted to make you aware that there is a song by Monty Python about how Finland's the greatest country in the world.
Nice.
And
well, that's what's going to play at the end of this podcast.
Yeah. I'll be sure to send you it. It really just sums up what's great about it. Finland has it all, as the song says.
Nice.
You can go camping, you can watch TV, you can go shopping. The people are very nice.
Go shopping.
Any number of activities. Yeah, it sounds like a great place to be. So I'm not at all surprised that you guys are a hit there because, it's a country with impeccable taste.
Yeah, Conan. Didn't Conan O'Brien do a Finland tour?
Yes, he did.
So he did.
Yes, he did.
Am I wrong? I might imagine this. I don't know.
No, he did. It's all the evidence is all on YouTube.
Nice.
He
so
went.
Everything on YouTube's absolutely real.
Yes, especially when it comes to Conan O'Brien. I mean, so I haven't said her name, but you heard her voice talking about Finland, talking about music.
Yes.
Returning guest.
Yes, finally.
From one of our most infamous episodes, came through for the sequel and nailed it. The sequel's better than the original. Kate, the boss, chef lady, Winkler.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're back.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just said you're back.
You're back. You can return to us.
I am. Yes. And I'll never leave.
All right.
That's good.
I'm okay with this.
That was creepy and awkward, but anyway.
No, it's cool. I'll once I leave the Zoom call, I'll make you the host so you don't have to leave.
There we go.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Kate,
I'm working on my cooking skills. actually. I was once, I don't know if I told you this before, I was once nominated to be on the Food Network show Worst Cooks in America.
Really?
What?
They're a friend of
What?
mine. And I actually got chosen. But the thing is, I couldn't take the time off of work, and
Right,
I didn't want to
right.
embarrass
Yeah.
my mother and all of that. But I do have a gift when it
Yes.
comes to, unique cooking.
For sure.
So,
What's
sweet
the most
potato.
unique thing you've ever cooked?
Oh man. One time I was trying to make the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits, and I almost burned down my kitchen twice during the same
Twice.
I like
twice.
those. I make those all the
Um,
time. I like them.
They're
Now,
really good. They
I
come
do have
out of
to.
a box, and I still
Yeah.
managed to almost burn down my house.
That's awesome.
That's what I was going to bring up. We're all aware that comes out of a box now, right?
Oh,
We know this.
Yeah.
But, if at first thou dost not succeed, try. That's the third time again.
Unless you're skydiving, don't. Oh,
Oh, no.
no. Mm.
Damn. That got dark. Speaking of skydiving,
Yeah, from a
the
plane.
cinematic masterpiece of choice, Snakes on a Plane.
Oh,
Kate, boss lady, the chef Winkler, what inspired this inspired choice?
Well, it was inspired. Okay.
Mhm.
There's a lot in this movie. I feel like it's action packed from beginning to the middle.
I
And,
agree.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
and that's really all you need, because it's a 2-hour movie, and I remember pausing it at about 45 minutes and seeing there was
Yes.
another hour,
Yeah.
and I was like, there's no way they can keep this going for the entire movie.
But
Like,
they did.
Yo,
someone's gonna have a heart attack.
the
The captain.
They didn't,
captain had a
thankfully.
heart attack.
So, it shows that, they're concerned for safety.
Mhm.
There's a lot of realism in the movie. I think there's a lot that we can relate to.
Mhm.
Science is all over this movie.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just a nice family film.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Depending on who your family is. I mean, maybe not your whole family,
We're all
But-
family. Trello.
but like maybe that weird uncle and like your younger brother who's like in middle school and likes dick jokes.
Yeah.
maybe
Might want to see his first booby
Boob.
or two.
Multiple boobs. I think there are more. One or
Oh,
two.
well,
boobs?
maybe not middle school then. Okay.
Well,
But,
look, I'll say this before we move forward. This is the first film that we have covered.
Mhm.
We're real early on. I told myself, you know what, Matt? There's no reason to write down any criticisms of this movie. You're going to
Mm.
sit back, you're going to enjoy this movie, and then you're going to sing its praises for all of Finland to hear. Okay? And that's what I did.
Nice.
Josh, you have the floor.
All right. Well, before we see the trailer or anything, I want to propose a game for listeners
Yes.
who have not seen Snakes on a Plane. This is what we're gonna do. You stop at like the 20-minute mark after all the passengers are introduced. You got the setup,
Okay.
and then you try to guess who's gonna die.
Ooh.
You might even go with the order. If you're playing with friends, maybe do a wait for it, Deadpool, and see who wins.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh. I started this after the first death. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna try to guess, and I only missed one. So
Really?
yeah,
What was the miss?
I'll give it a pause. So if you want to pause now and play the game, pause now and go play. Okay.
I'll put
I-
Jeopardy
I-
music right there. No problem.
I thought the rapper was gonna die, and he did not.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad he brought this up because I legit had the thought like, wow, for once, like usually in these like schlocky, like B-movie style movies,
Mhm.
certain people have to die, let's just say.
Yeah.
And in this movie, I was like, you know what? Everyone I was rooting for made it.
Nice.
Everyone I was rooting for made it. And I said, like, the right people survived. That sounds harsh,
Yeah.
but I liked it. It was kind of like they followed like all the B movie tropes, except for
Mhm.
like who had to die.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. I like
Mhm.
that.
So
I like
cool
the
bonus.
game.
Yeah.
Have fun, everyone.
Enjoy.
Straight from the mind of Joshua Baldwin.
Mm.
Okay. What you're about to hear is the trailer for the 2006 film Snakes on a Plane. And we're back. That was the trailer.
Amazing.
Facts and figures, real quick. I'm
Do
not
it.
even gonna waste time with this because
Oh.
there's too much I want to get into with you guys.
Gotcha.
I already said it was released in 2006, directed by David Ellis, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Juliana Margulies, Nathan Phillips, and Rachel Blanchard. Okay. Budget was $33 million. Let's guess the worldwide gross. Let's do it.
33. Full disclosure, I already know it. So
You already know.
I'm
Okay,
out.
never mind.
I'm out.
Off
Okay,
to
so I'm
Finland with you.
guessing-
Kate.
Yes.
I'm guessing 500,000.
Really? The worldwide gross, not the U.S.
Worldwide. Okay. Okay.
That might be a little hint that it's more than that.
Maybe 4 or 5 million.
$62 million.
I was way off. Son of a gun.
Oh, I thought it was 145 million.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw 62.
Oh,
Double checking IMDb.
yeah, verified that. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Maybe we were all
I didn't
way
know. No, I double checked because I at first I was looking at the US gross which is only like 33 million. They
Yeah.
like barely made a profit. And then it was the worldwide gross. Hold on, let me double check.
I could be thinking of a different movie. I watched a lot of movies and did a lot of figures.
Oh boy.
Or I might be thinking about my paycheck. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the budget was 33 mil estimated.
Okay.
Opening weekend
Ooh.
13 million. US gross 34 million. Worldwide 62. Well, just over.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's in $2006. So it'd be like
Ooh,
$1 billion
boy.
today. So yeah.
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 I don't know. This is funny to me. In Russia and the Commonwealth of Independent States, 279,000. I don't know. I just wanted to read that.
Yeah, nice.
We're just gonna like fly over to the highlights section real quick.
Let's do it.
Kate,
Hello.
what is the socio-political consequences of a film this perfect?
You know, I was wondering the same thing.
Good.
The exact same thing. I feel like a film like this really brings people together. You know what I mean? Look at how different all those folks were, you know, and they all just came together, different values, different personalities. Some were nice, some were not, but they all came together for a common purpose, and that purpose was staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Anyway,
I wasn't going to interrupt that.
Just golden.
You know, I'm glad you said, different races, different creeds, because early on in the life of this relatively short podcast, we reviewed a film called Left Behind that also took place on a plane in dire circumstances. And those people did not get along at all. Even though it was, as we would call in the industry, a Jesus film. So, guys, this is for both of you. I don't want y'all to list the differences of the two films, but like, what was it with all these pagans in this movie that they were able to get along, love each other, support each other? They shared leadership. They sacrificed their lives for each other. They protected babies. Sacrificed a dog or two. That was unfortunate, but it did happen.
It happened.
What? Why? What's the difference here, guys?
Because they were facing an unyielding, uncaring villain. that had no motivation other than death. That's my
Mm.
theory.
And airborne chemicals, baby.
And airborne and I can't pheromones. Is that
Yeah,
the word?
pheromones. I forgot the word.
I will say, it's interesting because there is a lot of religious turmoil in the world today, and this just
Mhm.
goes to show that you can overcome it. But I also think that a major part was that we had our good friend Agent Flynn,
Mhm.
played by Samuel L. Jackson,
Thank God.
as a leader. I think you need leadership
Mhm.
in situations like being attacked by a bunch of poisonous snakes on a plane. And he
Oh no,
kept
I
his
was-
cool. He held
Yeah.
it together. He showed true leadership, which is rare in the socio-political atmosphere of today,
That's right. That's right.
in my opinion.
and it's good they used his last name because his first name is Nedville. Just a fun fact.
I saw that.
I was like, Nedville? Oh, that's a recut right there. I'm like Judd or something. I don't know, but
I don't know. Why did they name him that? I don't know. It rhymes with Leadville, which is
Leadville,
the town
yeah.
here in Colorado.
That's what you call when you when you shoot someone many times. I'm taking you to Leadville.
Oh, 100%. Because when
Yeah.
when you go there, which eventually I will bring you there, it is totally a cowboy town at this point.
Nice.
Hey Josh, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? There was a huge variety of like snake attacks, snake kills.
Yeah.
I will note not all the attacks turned to fatalities, but what was your thoughts on the variety of like snake attacks? I mean, we saw everything.
Everything.
We saw a peen get bitten. We saw a booby get bitten. We saw an eye socket get bitten.
Yeah.
Arms, asses, legs. What is your thought on all that? They went to great lengths to depict these things.
By far, the ones I did not like the most were the bathroom ones, because that's a legit fear of mine. Because in campgrounds a lot, and that seems like a cozy spot for a snake. And I'm always kind of like throwing toilet paper in first or whatever, make sure nothing comes out at me.
Ooh.
Because you are so vulnerable on the toilet. Like
Yes.
everything's just there. You got things. Well, guys have things dangling. Little grabby can get on it. So that was my scariest. That's by far the top one. I did not want to be participating in, but
Sure.
I'd say the variety was good. I would go with more slow kills first.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay.
At the jumpy ones, maybe a slow kill. I like to see the boa constrictor first, but we got to see it anyways.
Yeah. Okay. This is for both of you. I was not aware that there were snakes. I know there's snakes that big. We got boas, we got anacondas. I wasn't sure which was which, even though the wrap up was like very boa constrictory. Did you see the row of teeth that snake had?
I did. I'm not sure if that's
is
like
that accurate?
I hope not, but Kate, do you know if that's accurate?
I don't know. I kind of want to flip back to Josh's question, where there did seem to be a lot of genital shots taken.
Yeah.
And I noted later that the reason that the snakes were so aggressive were because they were pheromones. They sprayed pheromones in the plane. So they weren't just aggressive snakes, they were horny snakes.
Oh, that makes sense.
And
yeah.
I found it interesting. Just an
chemicals.
element.
Interesting.
Who thinks of that? You know what I'm saying? That's
I can tell you who
snakes
thinks
that
of
attack
that.
genitals
Yeah.
because they're horny.
If you want to know who
How
thinks
would
of
you know
that,
where
his
the
name is
genitals
John
were,
Heffernan,
you know?
and he wrote the screenplay.
You know? That's the kind of forward-thinking movie that we need.
Yes.
Absolutely. Kate, now I know you told me you took a lot of notes. Were there some highlights you would like to share with us today?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The floor, as they say, is yours.
All right. It was action packed for a good portion of the movie, beginning portion. I thought it was interesting that the snakes came down with the oxygen masks. You know,
Mhm.
they were crawling around the floor, and there were a lot of near misses. So
Yes.
you know, you were on the edge of your seat, and then all of a sudden they all come down with the oxygen masks, and you know
Mhm.
that to me was, whew,
Yeah.
I
Because
cringed just
you
thinking
want to
about it.
grab the oxygen mask immediately, but there's a
Yes.
snake. Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, there were some really creative ways of combating the snakes, I that I
Oh,
enjoyed.
yeah.
The first one was they built a wall, and that did not work because walls don't work. We've learned that, you know,
Yeah.
in our
Metaphors.
in our geopolitical experience, actually. But they didn't know that in 2006. Had we paid attention to this movie as a
No.
society, maybe we would have known that. But
There
If
you
you build
go.
a wall, they'll just go underneath it or through it. Just saying. Quite accurate metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
it's true.
For
And
surely.
people pepper sprayed the snakes. Somebody put a snake in a microwave and shouted, "Who's your daddy now, bitch?"
I thoroughly enjoyed that moment. By the
Yeah.
way.
They fire extinguished the snakes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
They tased the snakes, which is a
They
bold
just a bunch of
move.
snakes, dude.
Yeah.
to me that's brilliant. You're in a moment of crisis and you still have enough wits about you to think to microwave a snake, you know?
Yeah.
Good for them.
And he calmly pushed the right buttons. I panic when I'm trying to make popcorn. I'm like, oh, where's
Yeah.
my popcorn button?
Oh,
He's just like,
he did
boom.
not. He didn't just calmly do it. By the way, that guy. I'm gonna name the actor soon, but that guy was like a definite MVP of the movie. But he hit the button, the preset on the microwave of snake. If you pause the movie, the button says snake.
yeah.
That's. I gotta go check my microwave. Maybe I have a snake button. I don't even know it.
I hope you do.
Just in case.
If not, you might need one.
I'm gonna look on Amazon today. Does it have a snake button? I need a snake button.
God. Sorry, Kate. Continue.
I like that Kenan Thompson's character saved the day. That was another one where like you genuinely did not expect that to happen.
Nope.
They've had kind of a minor role, you
Yeah.
know. You thought maybe one of the FBI agents was going to make it happen, but no, it was my friend Kenan, you know, and his video games.
See, that's what I thought when he said I have 2,000 hours. I'm like, all right, he's either actually training to be a pilot, and that's cool, or it's video games. And then when I sat down, video games. But then he was like highly like skilled too. I'm like, okay, this is good choices here. Good choices being made right now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And listen, there are guys, let's say, on the online Microsoft Flight Simulator community.
Oh my God, those guys
who are like that. Like they know all the call signs and the way you communicate with the tower. There's some very funny websites, YouTube channels of just their gameplay footage, which is very comical. But they do not play when it comes
have you seen they have multi-screen setups for for their game, and they have like a joint. They have like the full-on like control panels, and like they go all in. I'm like, it would be cheaper to actually learn to fly a real plane. But okay, you do you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You do you.
So good. So good. I did not have high hopes for this movie, but I actually really enjoyed it.
Had you not seen the film prior to today?
I saw about half the film.
Okay.
And
which half?
The first half.
Okay. I don't know if it came in late. You just didn't want to change the channel, or
walked out of a theater, maybe.
Yeah. What?
Did you walk out of the theater halfway through when it first came out?
No. I watched it at home, and I think I fell asleep. Actually, I just
never got back to it. You're like, yeah, I saw enough.
Yeah. Right. Did you have any further highlights?
You know, I to me that was it. There was a lot of ingenuity, a lot of creativity, and I really appreciated that.
For sure. Absolutely. Hey Josh.
Hey Matt.
I was curious if you had any highlights you wanted to share. Totally.
I have a few. No worries.
Go for it.
I really like the opening. The opening was like kind of like, oh, it's relaxed. It wasn't trying to be too ominous, too quick. Like, oh, we're in Hawaii. This is nice. I'm on vacation. I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm gonna enjoy this movie. It'll be a
Yes.
fun ride. I like the opening there, and then immediately the Red Bull placement, spot on, not subtle at all. Just here's my Red Bull on the screen. Boom.
Yes.
And then later on, we got your fingerprints on this Red Bull can available at your local grocer. Yeah.
Right. He also had the dirt bike like clothing company like on his shirt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was like everything
So,
was displayed
extreme.
in like,
Yeah.
really good light.
Yeah. So that was good. We already went over the bathroom death scenes. That was one of my highlights. That was very well done. Yeah. I don't know if your version or if it's just the Amazon version. There's a music video at the credits. Did anybody else see that? Was that okay? I was like, what is this? And they had Samuel Jackson in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe they're called Gym Class Heroes, and I think they were big in 2006.
Oh, because so it was like a legit like song.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
a
it was
real
like,
band. Yeah.
oh,
Straight
okay.
up. Yeah.
Because there was like a lot of like Snakes on a Plane theme music at the end there. I was like, how many songs did they commission for this song? Which is a solid choice again.
Right.
Then my other highlight's just the premise itself. Snakes on a plane. So
Absolutely.
and I did a little bit of research because that's what I do.
Here we go.
I was like, is this based on a true story? Because no one thought of this, but someone did. It is not based on a true story, but it is based on an article. I guess the story is not the screenplay, but the story is by David D'Alessandro.
Okay.
He was inspired by seen an article about brown tree snakes climbing on the planes during World War II.
Oh no.
So originally it was just gonna be about a brown tree snake loose in a plane.
Wow.
But then it was originally called Venom, was the original title. Then from there, he revised it to having a plague of snakes on it. Then inspired by Aliens, the movie Aliens, a multitude of plane or snakes loose in a fuselage of a plane. So it kind of evolved over time to what we have today. And then it was rejected by 30 studios. Then finally made.
So there's another lesson.
Yeah. Don't give up.
Yeah.
So.
We already said earlier, if at first one does not succeed, try again.
Let's try again.
30 times.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the making of this, there's 450 snakes used, by the way.
Real snakes?
Real snakes, yeah, 450
What?
snakes. Yeah. To get those to the studio. You know what that means? There were snakes on a plane.
On a plane.
Oh!
Holy God. Yeah, that kind of makes me think like, they talk about the laws of like bringing snakes from one place to another. They talk about it in the movie. But there's also like legal ways to like buy a snake if you want it, if you've got like a big cage at home or something. I'm not like privy on all those laws, but there have to be, think about it. Like, how people talk about like at any given time, like there's like millions of Amazon boxes in the air above us because they're constantly flying back and forth. Well, there's also got to be snakes up there on planes getting transported back and forth.
Yeah, just gonna get stuck
Which
on
is
the
a
pallet.
terrifying thought. Like, what if the plane blows up and then snakes are sprayed over your neighborhood? Oh God, I just cringe thinking about that.
I need to get a microwave with a stink button then, don't I?
You do, a big one.
A big one. So.
Turn your garage into a microwave. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just spitballing here, guys.
I would pull in, accidentally turn it on, and blow myself up.
Absolutely. It actually sounds like a horror film. Like the
Microwave
weirdo guy
garage.
in your neighborhood, he's actually turned his garage into a microwave, and he keeps inviting people over to like hang out for brews or whatever, and then he cooks you.
He like closes the door and he goes, "Who's your daddy?"
It's the dude. It's the flight attendant.
It's
and
a flight attendant.
His mind has succumbed to PTSD from this ordeal.
Yeah.
And he just loses it, man.
That's how he
It
solves all his
happens.
problems. Put stuff in the microwave.
Oh Lord. Sorry. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, that's all I have. I just love the whole story, the through line,
yeah.
music video.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed like Keenan, the other bodyguard, and then the rapper 3G. I really appreciated that they took time for the rapper to come to his senses and apologize.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did like that.
Apologizes to the woman, apologizes to the male flight attendant. I appreciated Keenan and again his buddy or his friend, his coworker is Big Leroy, who says and I quote, an unforgettable line for me: "My ass, my ass," because throughout the film he's struggling with a snake bite upon his ass, and he sticks with it. And Keenan is a good friend who's like helping him through it. Keenan also tries to like help calm down one of the kids with his video game. No one asks him to. He takes it upon himself. He stands up in a bad situation. He's not Sammy J. He doesn't have a gun. He's not that guy.
He's the voice
but
of
in
reason.
fact, when 3G loses his mind, Keenan like talks him down more than anyone else. He's like, "Yo, we're friends. What are you doing? You're like,
I don't recognize you.
Threatening people. There's women here. There's a kid here. Like, yo, calm down." I just liked it. I know this movie was silly, but I really liked their attempt at making these B movie characters like people.
Real. Yep.
Yeah.
Authentic.
You know what else I liked about the rapper? When he apologized, he really turned it around, because throughout the movie he was like this hardcore germaphobe, and then he shook someone's hand, and I was like, you know what? He like being around all these snakes like helped him overcome his fear of, shaking hands.
Well,
which makes sense. He's
He'll-
never going to be scared of germs again. He's been on a plane full of snakes.
You're right.
You know,
he won't shake hands, but he'll shake boobs of underage girls. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
I'll sign your boob. You didn't ask me. I didn't ask for consent, but
yeah, that did happen.
I was like that. Then he immediately like does the sanitizer. I'm like, what? I don't get it. Oh, okay.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And then he tells the little boy like, "Stay black forever." And when the little boy like kind of responds in kind, he pauses awkwardly. I'm like, "But you went there."
Yeah. You opened the door. You can open the door and then like close the door.
Yeah. Kid was like, "Hell yeah, stay black,"
Yeah.
Just a thought. All right, guys. Quite frankly, this call is going to end in 5 minutes. So let's take a break. And when we come back, it's the recut. Guys.
What's up?
We're back.
Yep.
It's the best movie ever. Me, Matt, he, Josh, she, Kate.
Woo!
Ooh, I just assumed a ton of pronouns just now.
You're good.
You spot on.
We're talking about Snakes on a Plane. Little movie from 2006 starring Sammy J. That's what I'm calling him because I feel close to him after this movie. We're going to move into the recut. Okay? I don't want anybody to panic. It's very hard for me to recut this film. So much so, I didn't do it.
What? Oh,
I don't see the purpose. I mean, I could. There are some things I could change if I had to. But when a B movie does what a B movie sets out to do, mission accomplished. Who am I to say otherwise?
You're mad. You do it.
Okay, I'll do it. Josh, you're gonna go first.
Okay. All right. First off, who is your favorite character?
Hold on, Kate. If you know your favorite, you can go first. I got to think real quick.
My favorite was the Chihuahua, and
okay.
Because the Chihuahua is the one who had the most wits about them. The Chihuahua discovered that the snakes run a plane before any human did.
Fair.
Possibly the ones in the bathroom. But the Chihuahua knew which people were nice and which were not nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's a psychic Chihuahua. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
it was.
There really was a lot of potential for that character that I think went untapped. Because, unfortunately the dog passed about halfway through the film.
Brutally.
Yeah.
No.
No chance of survival. Yeah.
No, not at that point.
Yeah.
Matt,
again, there were surprises throughout the movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So.
Okay.
I can't even shake a stick at it. I can't.
My favorite character was severely unused.
Oh.
The supposed kickboxer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We never saw him kickbox.
No, he kicked a snake.
He did kick a snake. You're right. I apologize. He did carry someone through a
Oh,
very dangerous row of snakes.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought, oh, surely you guys would have a higher chance of survival if you just kind of walked on your own. He's got to walk
Yeah.
slower with you on his back. He was like one of the examples of like just the right people surviving. You know,
Yeah.
anytime anyone had to work as a team, he was right there helping out. He didn't even really judge the flight attendant when the flight attendant was like, I know kickboxing.
Oh yeah.
And then, like,
he's just like, cool, man. Yeah.
he was like, okay, you know.
Cool.
And
Nice.
plus I'm happy for him. He was flying around the world competing. You know, he didn't say fighting's not a living. I got to get a 9 to 5. He did it. He pursued his dream. He's pursuing his dream right now, for all we know. And I got to respect people who do that. So
Absolutely. And that's why I'm cutting both those characters out of the movie.
God damn it. I do it.
I'm just kidding. No. I agree with both those. I'm just kidding. No, the only thing recut I would do would be the bad guy. I would simmer him down a little bit because I don't like it when characters do crazy, quote, crazy. Like, oh, I'm so badass, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking No Country for Old Men, and that was a perfect sociopath. All day, every day. 100% perfect.
Yeah.
So it simmers the bad guy down a little bit. Everybody knows he's a horrible person by all the news articles covering him, like the tabloids.
Yeah.
And then I am debating whether I get rid of snake vision or not.
Oh, snake vision.
Yeah,
So glad you
like-
mentioned that.
Like I get like, oh, you're gonna see who they're about to strike, but
Yeah.
I would just want them to strike the guy, or show just like
Yeah.
a shot of the snake in the same frame or something like that. But
Because
again,
they did both.
yeah,
They
did
had
both.
plenty of scenes where they showed the snake from third person point of view.
Yeah,
The snake approaching, a lot of snakes, and it worked. It was very creepy.
Yeah,
Especially
I
like
just don't-
it was approaching the girl's heel.
yeah.
Right
that
when
was
it
perfect.
strikes, she moved in her seat.
Mhm.
I was like, oh god, I have a lot of anxiety right now. So it worked. I think you might be onto something. I feel like I didn't need the
Yeah,
snake
like
vision.
it was good, but it gave you that like that questionable like I don't know about that.
Yeah,
That's the only times I was like kind of like pulled out of the story.
sure.
Was the bad guys horrible acting, then the no shirt scene for absolutely no reason other than I guess he works out and he wanted to show it. So,
Yes, that's a good point. They showed us that he's physically lethal,
and
then he never fights anybody
right yeah, there's
after
no
that.
one like I think that was the last scene you see is him in his little
Mhm.
karate gym, and then that's all you see of him. You don't even see him get arrested or fight off the FBI agents or anything like that.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: is there a way to have increased the amount of motherfuckers for Sammy J?
Oh, definitely, especially when he's down in the going for the what was it, the breaker or whatever down
Mhm.
in the cargo department.
Turn on the lights in the air.
Yeah. I mean, there's all those cords hanging around. He could have fought a couple snakes there, called them MF. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely bandage there. Or, when he had to take on the rapper dude, definite opportunity for MF right there.
That's true.
He
That's a good point.
snatch the gun pretty quick. It could have been like, all right now, but MF there. I mean, there's so many chances.
Okay, that's fair. I like
Yeah.
that. The gun snatch was real smooth.
It was real smooth.
A lot of movies, some better films, make the mistake of making it more than it is. It was
Yeah.
real fluid. It was like one movement, I feel like.
Yeah.
Easy. Kate,
Yes.
Top Chef Winkler. What's your recut?
Well, I didn't have many either, honestly. And normally I have a bunch.
Okay.
That was my smallest section. Like, they really kind of went out of their way to do some unexpected stuff, and I appreciated that. It was
Mhm.
not like a cliched, where you could. I mean, I know Josh predicted which people were going to die. My predictions were way off.
Me too. I do.
For starters, I thought the dog was going to live forever. Like, he was just going to run out at the end, off the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And no, didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't happen. The only thing really that we haven't discussed was the scene where they blew out the windows. I don't think that was necessary. I feel like that was a little more risky, especially since they were about to land anyway.
Well, they had
You
to
know,
because the
that
snakes were in the
didn't need to happen.
cockpit. Yeah. So
They didn't need to do that. It was a waste of kind of a risk, you know?
Extremely risky maneuver.
Yeah, you know, I feel like
Yeah, sure.
in real life it wouldn't have happened that way. I feel like he would have just killed the entire plane, you know?
When the python got sucked out, the hole got a lot bigger.
Oh yeah.
I think actually the python got bigger too. It was still digesting that guy.
Yeah. And some dead body flew out the window too. I don't know if you noticed that. Also,
God.
some poor guy's body's just floating out there in the ocean.
Yeah.
Or on top of somebody's house. Can you imagine
Yeah.
just having a dead guy or a snake landing on your house?
A
Or multiple
python
snakes?
landing on
Yeah.
your house? Definite
Yeah.
roof damage.
Yeah.
Hope
For
you
real,
have insurance, baby.
How are you going to explain that to your insurance company? What are you going to say? You know?
Frozen python
would
fell
you
on my.
It was completely unnecessary.
I just hope we have State Farm because
Okay.
they've seen everything.
Yeah. Farmers has
commercial.
museums
Oh,
full
Farmers,
of
that's right.
accidents.
Yeah, that's what it was. Farmers.
Real quick side note, I love the current Farmers commercial campaign. I love the idea of like a museum that you can walk through where accidents are on display and happening live. Like there's a flood happening on a stage and you look at it. The weird improviser in me loves that kind of performance.
Oh yeah.
That's something I just I wish that was real. Kate, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Booby bite. A step too far? Did we need that?
You know what? To me, it's like the blown out windows. It was absolutely too far.
Okay.
But they did it. And I don't like the movie any less as a result of it. Because it's like, okay, you know, you came up with that. It's an extreme movie. It's like when we reviewed Extreme Days, I believe was one.
Yeah.
It was like 5 times more extreme than that.
But they did bounce it out with the cockbite.
With the peen
they
bite.
kept it
That's
fair.
right.
They kept it fair.
Yeah.
And
If it had only... Oh, go ahead, Kate. Go ahead.
They were attracted to sexual organs because of the pheromones.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the first 3 kills. Boom.
Yeah.
Booby, her boyfriend or fiance or husband, for all we know, and then Solo, peen bite Solo in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Spanish lady, it went up her skirt and into her boobies and then bit her in the neck.
After giving her some very pleasant dreams, from what we could tell.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Pheromones, you guys.
Pheromones.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys feel like they were trying to push a buddy cop sequel between Sammy J and The Witness?
I don't know about a sequel, but they wanted to show that there's a bond there now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you help me, I'm going to help you with your surfing.
Yeah. Oh,
And it started with surfing and it ended with surfing.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
and the song had the same feel at the end of the movie.
Yep.
It's all happy, waves, ocean, beach.
And then immediately when they cut to credits, it's creepy music again. But that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You know, just like the snakes were unexpected, so was the music. That's fine.
Yeah. And then the video right after.
And they did
also
talk about
unexpected.
surfing. You know, he tells Sammy J, "Oh, you couldn't stand your board."
Yeah. See. Yeah.
But he doesn't really mock him for it. They smile about it, and Nedville is secure enough in his manhood where he's like, "Yeah, you got me there. I suck at surfboarding. I'll be right back."
I gotta go kill a snake.
Well, the reason I asked is because I did get that feeling, and I want that sequel because I like the two of them together.
What would the sequel be? Would it be like Snakes on the Train?
Here's the thing. I think you totally just pivot away from the snakes and horror altogether. I want them to explore, like, a trauma brought them together and they taught each other things. Now let's test it with a whole different villain. Now let's okay, now you've been friends for a year or two. You still got to work at friendship. So, honestly, this movie, socio-political unity. Next movie, relationships. That's just that's not my recut. That's my pre-cut.
Okay.
Sequel cut. I'm not sure. What were you gonna say, Kate? You said something.
I was a little. I guess this is one more recut, or possibly the part of the sequel. I was dissatisfied with the fact that the villain did not go to jail. There was no justice. Don't know how that ended.
Yeah, we don't get to see that at all.
Yeah, we're
No.
told, but we're not
Yeah.
shown.
Oh, get him in for multiple counts of murder.
Yeah. I want a sequel where they take down the villain, possibly for a second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we get to see him fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're getting a lethal weapon. Buddy cop's going to actually get him arrested.
Which is, I feel like the scene would be just like the end of Lethal Weapon 4, I think it was.
I
when
know
they
exactly
go after
with Jet Li.
the Jet Li, where it just,
Beats the shit out of him.
you got the martial arts guy versus like the street fighter, cop guy with the fisticuffs. So you have Samuel Jackson just, MFer, let's go.
Yes.
And then he all, high flying, kicking.
And maybe at the very end, that's actually how he kills the bad guy, is with a snake.
Yeah.
There's no snakes in the sequel until the very end. Just a thought.
That's so good. That is
And
so
then-
good.
And then after he's dead, the chihuahua comes back and pees on him.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Sammy J gets maybe not bitten, but stung by something, because they got to be fighting near the water.
Oh yeah.
And when someone steps like when someone has a wound at the beach or whatever, they say to pee on it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
dog pees on the wound.
Oh. It's like some way a jellyfish.
Yeah. My script is going off the rails.
That's fine. It's going to crazy town. I love it. 100%
Yeah,
love
and
it.
the movie went to Crazy Town, so it's sticking with the theme.
Yeah.
You know what
There
I
you
mean?
go. There you go.
Okay. You got to
You know?
raise the stakes. Sequel, bigger, better, badder.
Oh, I'm also okay with another sequel between Bobby Cannavale's like FBI commander character
Oh yeah.
and the snakeologist. I'm just gonna call him the snakeologist. I
that's-
really liked how they worked together. They had a lot of respect for each other.
Mhm.
They never did the trope of like
You're the nerdy.
smart scientist
Yeah.
is snooty and thinks he's smarter than everyone else, and you're all stupid. They never really went there.
And I
He
love
was
that,
very
man.
confident. He was excited to watch these snakes hatch, but said, "Oh, people are in danger. I got a job to do. Yeah, FBI, I'll help you out."
Yeah.
I love that. It was such a wholesome working relationship. And then when it came time for like Stormtrooper, the FBI director or captain, he did it. Jumped out of the helicopter, had a gunfight, got the info out of the snake dealer, whoever that was. It was great, man. I'm watching this movie again. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Do it.
He put the special in Special Agent Harris. I was doubting his specialness, and they threw that scene in there, and I was like, you know what?
There he is.
He earned it.
Mhm.
He earned it.
Yep.
Made it happen. 100%.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the awards now.
Oh. All right.
I don't want to freak anyone out,
Mm-hmm.
but we got some awards coming. I hope y'all are ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. I'll go first. It's just two. The Cool Head Award goes to Juliana Margulis. She didn't ask for her plane to be commandeered. She didn't ask for snakes. She didn't ask for a lot of things. All she wanted to do was do her last trip and go be a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And yet she rises to the occasion again.
Yep.
What else can you ask for in a flight attendant? Nothing.
Not a bit.
And she was part of the Jurassic Park reference. Didn't mention this before.
Oh.
In Jurassic Park, two groups of people leave to go to the bunkers and bring power back to the park. First one is Sammy J.
Oh yeah,
in a small role.
Oh,
And then Laura Dern with Muldoon hits the jungle, gets chased by raptors, and Laura Dern, like the amazing woman that she is, brings power back to the park. Sammy J dies, and we find this because she finds his arm and nothing else. So once again, guided by someone in his ear, he goes down below to bring power back to the plane.
Yes.
I was like, yo, Jurassic Park, anyone? That made me real happy. And who guided him through this life or death situation? Juliana. So Cool Head Awards got to go to her. Best apology goes to 3G. I mean, he owned his mistakes. He overcomes germophobia. He becomes the friend that Kenan Thompson remembered he was. You know?
In the sequel, though, would he be 5G? Just saying.
Yes. The sequel, he should probably be 5G.
Okay.
All right, Kate, what's your awards? I need to move on.
Oh man, there's so much good stuff. I don't know where to begin. Most horny, I would go to not the snakes, but the pilot. The pilot who kept making the inappropriate jokes.
Oh yeah, the shotgun method. Just keep throwing it out there, bound to hit.
He was definitely sexist, but he was also, I mean, you can't dispute the sheer number of jokes the man made.
Oh yeah.
None of them were necessary. He was a bit of an overrated character, frankly.
Definitely.
But
he plays the same person in The Office. If you ever watched The Office.
That is true. You're right.
Same
person. It's like he became a pilot after The Office got fired. He's like, oh, I'll be a pilot now.
Yes. Packer won a Trinkie.
But as bad as he was, he still came through after being bit by a snake in his arm. He still flew the plane up to the last minute of being killed by 3 of them or whatever.
When he climbed out of the bottom level and his arm was all swollen, I just started laughing. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it's nice of him to give his all for the cause.
And he still made the jokes after he got bit and dying from a snake. I'm like, that's dedication to the hormones.
It is.
Oh my God.
Most underrated character who was a badass was my friend Sean. Sean did what he was told and towed the line, and then he got shot in the chest. Like, you know, like thanks for rewarding the man for, you know, saving everybody's life, helping save everybody's life. But he survived it.
Yeah.
He's a survivor. You know what I'm saying? And he's not
I do.
someone you think would necessarily be a survivor. So I'm kind of like, you know what? Good for you. Good for you.
For like a slight second in that scene where after Samuel Jackson shot him, I'm like, oh, he's in on it. Oh, damn. He works for Little Kim or whatever the guy's name is. So I was like, oh, he's in on the thing.
I did.
Like,
I had the same thought.
He was like the backup to the backup. Like, oh, he shot him.
Because I was like, yo, if he's actually bad, what a twist. And no one ever told me for like 20 years that there was a twist in this movie. Never got spoiled. And then he was good, but
yes.
Yeah, that scene got me. I jumped. I'm gonna be honest. I jumped. When the snake dropped down on him, I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
I wanted him to make it.
Yeah.
Any other awards?
This was so much better than the first movie I reviewed with you guys.
Yes.
Oh man. Is that an award? Best movie I've reviewed so far.
Yes, that's an award. Make it an award. We'll allow it. We'll do it.
I love that. That's what the awards is supposed to be like. What you just did. Perfect. Perfect.
All right. Awesome. That's all I got.
Beautiful. Joshua?
My first award is the movie I actually thought I saw but never did see because there's so much hype around it. So, like in my head, I'm like, oh, I've seen Snakes on a Plane. I guess I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
Immediately when it opened, I'm like, I've never seen this movie. So,
That's awesome. You
Yeah.
thought you'd seen it.
I thought I've seen it because, you see all the the hype about it. And there's like the little scenes. People talk about it. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I've seen that. I know all about that. No, I didn't know nothing about it. I just knew there were snakes on a plane. I didn't know how they got there. I don't know the characters. I just knew there were snakes on a plane. And Samuel Jackson's like, I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes. That's all I knew. So I actually enjoyed it. So,
Oh, that's great.
that's my first award. My next award is to the writer, David DeSandro. He got rejected by 30 studios. 4 years later, someone finally picked it up. And they followed it through this amazing, fun thrill ride of a movie and executed properly. Loved it.
Yep.
So good job.
They,
Perseverance pays off.
They, you could say, stuck the landing.
And hard break left. What?
Yeah. What did they run in? Did they stop by running into a building, or the plane just finally stopped?
Okay. He just kind of turned, and he needed more runway, so he turned.
Right.
I don't know I'm not going to get into the physics of that because it's just such a good ending. So
yeah, absolutely. No. We'll leave that be.
Yeah. So yeah, we did stick that landing. Good job.
For sure. Anything else?
That's it, man. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Kate. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Massive shout outs to Top Chef Kate Winkler for this perfect choice. This was a breath of fresh air. Josh and I finally watched a movie that I guess we were supposed to watch years ago, never did.
Or I thought I did. Mandela effect.
I've had that. For whatever reason, there's some kind of like magical curse over the Fast and Furious franchise. I cannot remember which ones I've seen. The only one I know for sure that I still haven't watched is 4. I continue to forget the other ones that I've watched. There's bonkers.
Like 80 movies, though. How are you supposed to keep track of them?
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I feel a lot better because it really bugs me. I'm like, is this early onset? Like, what is going on? But never mind.
Same way with Harry Potter. I have no idea which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't. No idea.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. Well, I'll say it. I think we stuck the landing. So shout out, Kate. Thank you for the movie suggestion and coming back to be with us. You took time out of your weekend. Josh, as always, expert wearing of a shirt, expert co-hosting. You introduced a game. Hopefully everyone played it before we spoiled the entire movie.
Spoiled the shit out of the movie, yes.
And to the people of Finland, I want to say, Rakastame Sinua. We love you. Keep 100%. Listening. Yes, we'll climb the charts. And when we're rich, we will come see you. Everyone, be safe. Prayers are going out to Louisiana right now.
Yeah.
The rest of you, take care of yourselves. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.